In order to revive all of that, Bhagavan himself made sure he sent an Acharya Mahapurusha called Nathamuni. Nathamuni came onto the earth, and one day when he was worshipping the Lord at a temple, he heard a group of devotees singing a set of verses. On the Lord of Tirukudandai, Kumbhakonathila Sharangabhani Perumal. On the Lord Ara Amude Adiye Nudalam Abdinu or Pasuram. They sang that Pasuram, and at the end of that verses, 10 verses are there. At the end of it comes the line Ayirathul Ippattum. These 10 verses out of 1000 that have been composed by Kurugur Shadagopan, there is a little line in that. So, listening to these verses, they are in such sweet Tamil. Not only is the Tamil sweet, the bhava that is embodied in them is so extraordinary. Nathamuni is able to feel the waves of love that are coming from the words themselves. The Patru immediately went there and said, who composed these verses? They are so sweet, they are so beautiful. Who composed them? We ourselves don't know. Shadagopan varudhu adiliye varudhupa. Kurugur Shadagopan abdinu varudhu. So somebody in Kurugur called Shadagopan must have composed it. Nathamuni says, but you see, when you chanted it, you also said these 10 verses out of 1000. That means there are 990 other verses. Do you know those verses? No, we only know these 10. Some of our ancestors taught us these 10. These are the only 10 we know. And on the Urkara, Kumbhakonathakara. They are from Kumbhakonam, they are from Sharangabhani Kovil. When Nammalvar did not come anywhere, but when these 10 verses were intoned upon Sarangabhani, those 10 verses remained there maybe. They know those 10 verses, we do not know any other verse. Even now, if you go to the 108 Divya Kshetras are there. When you go to the Divya Kshetra, they will chant the verses that were composed on this Kshetram by the various Alvars. Michadaran Theriyamana Theriyadu, Idu Matram Theriyam. அது ஒரு அபிமானம் தானே நம்ம வாழ்க்கை. எங்க பெருமாளை பத்தி பாடினது எங்களுக்கு தெரியும். So they said, we do not know. Nathamuni could not contain himself. He said, but I need to know. I cannot restrain myself anymore. They are so sweet. There is something within me that tells me I have got to know them all. Avashanna, we do not know. But we will tell you one thing. There Kurugur, since it says Kurugur, you better go to Kurugur. It is a place, name of a village. You go there. Surely somebody must know. Nathamuni left from there, he came straight to Thirukurugur and asked everybody, is there anybody called Shadagopan here? Shatagopa was the name of Swami Nammalvar. Shatakopa was the name of Nammalvar. Shatakopa, one who became angry with the Shatavayu. One who conquered the Shatavayu. Shatari, Shatakopa. Shatha, that is the Shatha is the Vayu that makes us forget our own nature, our Swarupa, and becomes entangled in samsara. So Shatari, Nammalvar was the one who conquered that particular aspect of Maya which makes us forget ourselves. He always remembered his Swarupa. Adanala, Shatari is given a name. Since he was such an important person in Thirukurugur, everybody nearby will have the same name. But natural. If you go to any Kshetram, if you go to Thiruvannamalai, ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு ஒரு அருணாச்சலா will be there. ஒன்னா அருணாச்சலா will be there, இல்லைன்னா அண்ணாமலை will be there. ஏன்டா அவன் பேர் என்ன அண்ணாமலை சாமி, அவன் பேர் என்ன அருணாச்சல சாமி. அருணாச்சலம் அண்ணாமலை, அண்ணாமலை அருணாச்சலம். ஒரு ஊர் நம்ம ஊரில் அண்ணாமலை அருணாச்சலம் ஒரு பையன் இருக்கும். இவன் மெல்பர்னில். இந்த fellow in Melbourne called அண்ணாமலை அருணாச்சலம். பேரே இல்லை, திருவண்ணாமலை பையன். அப்பா பேர் அருணாச்சலம், பையன் பேர் அண்ணாமலை. If you go to Srirangam, Naranga, Ranganatha, Rangaraja, Rangayesan, அப்படி பேர் வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். Naturally, if you go to Thiruvillikeni, அப்படின்னா எங்கே பார்த்தாலும் ஒரு பார்சாரதி வெங்கடகிருஷ்ணன் அப்படின்னு பேர் வந்துட்டே இருக்கும் திருப்பி. Inevitable. Like that everywhere Shatagopan. Shatagopan who sang these songs, that was long time ago, sir. That is not there. He was a great Mahatma. Mahapurusha lived here only. He lived into this tamarind tree only. அப்படியா வந்து பார்க்குற tamarind tree அப்படின்னு. It is commonplace for them, but for him everything is so strange. He comes and looks at all of that and says, he lived in this? Yes, he lived inside this. For 32 years he lived inside this. He composed many verses. Do you all know it? We don't know anything. Why are you living here? Why are you living here? You're living here, but you do not know anything now. What to do? We do not know anything. But there is this Shatagopa had a devotee, a disciple called Madhurakavi. In our village, there is a person called Madhurakavi Dasan. Maybe he is related to Madhurakavi somehow. You go and ask him. Sri Madhurakavi Dasan. Appa, is your name Madhurakavi Dasan? Yes. Is Madhurakavi the disciple of Swami Nammalvar? Yes. That means you should know all the verses. Why should I know all the verses just because I have his name? My name is that, but that doesn't mean I know everything. He didn't say that. He said instead, listen, I do not know all the verses of Swami Nammalvar, but we worship Madhurakavi Alwar. He has composed 11 verses. Those 11 verses I know. I will initiate you into those 11 verses. You chant those 11 verses 12,000 times. With faith in your heart, you chant these 11 verses 12,000 times. All good will surely come to you. Sri Nathamuni said, please teach me those 11 verses. The verses that we are going to do now were the verses that were taught by this Madhurakavi Dasan to Nathamuni. Nathamuni received that and he went and sat there and did tapasya. He was a great Maha Yogi. He was a knower of the Ashtanga Yoga. He sat down and meditated, intoned the verses 12,000 times. He meditated upon them. And when he did that, at the end of it, Swami Nammalvar himself appeared in front of Nathamuni, gave him the 1,000 and odd verses composed by himself, and not only that, he said, I will also give you the verses that were composed by all the other Alvars. We say we say all the verses of the Alvar Arlichelgal. The reason why we have all of those is because Nathamuni chanted Kanninun Shirthambu so many times and we got all of it. And that itself is a proof once again that if you want to enjoy Bhagavan, Guru has to show us the way, give us the go ahead.